Hey, and welcome back to my channel. It is Kiera, your Captain Gorgeous Queen, and today I'm just doing a makeup therapy video. So this is actually a video I recorded late at night, just doing my makeup, just to, make it through the night, I guess, enjoy my night, take my mind off of things. So the way that I do my brows, because as you can see, the good Lord did not give me enough eyebrows. So I shape them by making the line at the bottom first, and then I do upward strokes. To do this, you do have to make sure that your pencil is sharp so that the lines that you draw can actually be seen. So you don't want them to be dull and chunky, because then it makes it look a little messy and it doesn't look like actual hair strokes. So that's what I'm doing here. Towards like the bridge of my nose is where I try to make visual, I guess, lines or whatever. I'm actually not feeling this audio right now. I want to start over, but I'm tired and editing this video pretty late, and I like to upload every Friday, so I'm not starting over. But yeah, I just go up really quick and short strokes so that it looks like hair. And then I take my foundation, that's Warm Mahogany, by the way, by NYX, and my concealer, and I mix them until I get the color how I want it. And then I go under the brow, on the eyelid, under the eye, the bridge of the nose. I do the top of my lip where the dip is, and then I do my chin as well. So I'm pretty much just forming the shape of the brow there, which I do have a natural arch, but again, no hair naturally. But how y'all been doing? This is probably my longest video in a long time. It's just been a whole lot on my mind, a whole lot going on, a whole lot that I'm trying to heal from. Situations that I thought I wanted to be a part of, but I'm realizing that I'm not able to be a part of those situations, whether it has to do with work or relationships or things. Just spending a lot of time with myself and coming to terms with who I am and trying to still figure that out. I want everything to just flow and blend like I'm doing this concealer on my face. I want everything to just make sense and to just, not be so complicated. So I'm still working on that. I know people that have subscribed to my channel know that I typically offer a lot of good advice and such, but when you have good advice, it's because you've been through a lot of stuff and it's exhausting. So sometimes you just need a little moment to just be the person who needs to hear some of that stuff and not always just give. So like I said, I was having a hard night this night, and I was like, you know what, I feel like doing my makeup. So that's what I did. So anyways, enjoy while I figure out what to say next, because I'm sitting here on my bed with my candles lit and just looking crazy, doing this voiceover because I really was supposed to be talking in this video, but I was so focused on what I was doing that I forgot to start speaking. So I'm like, well, whatever, it could just be a voiceover. I know a lot of people don't do their makeup like mine. People use translucent powders and things like that. I don't use that. I've never used it. Not to say that I don't want to try it. I don't like new things. I don't like to try new things or change my routine. And I don't understand it. So maybe I'll watch some other videos of other people doing it sometime in the far future. Because again, I just don't like new things. You know, like when new music comes out, like new artists, drop their albums and everybody's listening to it, I don't listen because it's too overwhelming. I don't want to hear anything new. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. It's too much pressure. Like, I just want to listen when I feel, like I can actually digest it all, because I actually happen to love music so much, and I listen to a lot of old music. And once I attach to an artist, it's just them in the playlist for a long time. Like, as I was doing my makeup, I was listening to Alex Isley, and she has been on non-stop repeat replay. Her music just reminds me of like a time that, I don't know, it's crazy, like music that feels nostalgic, but it's places that you've never even visited or been before. It's nothing that you really can recall. It's just a feeling. Anyways, I just started using this little pomade stuff, whatever you want to call it. It's from Elf. It's a good little contouring cream, I guess. And I like it. It glides on well. It blends well. I like it. It was pretty affordable. I don't remember where I got it from. Probably Target or Ulta. I don't know. One of the two. Those are the only places I go for my makeup. And I use a little brush for that pomade to do the bridge of my nose, the contouring of my nose. I just feel like I have more control. If I mess up, it's easier to fix. So I just use a smaller brush for my nose. And I actually need to change my foundation color, but I've been sticking with this one because, as you can see, my hands are very light. My hands and arms are very light, so those look the same, but I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of not my color for real, the foundation. But I don't want to change that either, because one time I had somebody try to match my color in Ulta, and she had me walking outside looking like an Oompa Loompa. I mean, it was so orange, y'all. It was so orange. Ridiculous. Oh yeah, and yes, I do use eyeshadow for my blush. Mind your business. What I'm doing now is my eyeshadow. Of course, I always use like a deep burgundy or brown. Sometimes a little bit of black for the outer part of my lid. I do that first. And I have not done my makeup like this in so long, so I felt very rusty, and that's why I kept looking into the camera closely, because I was trying to see how uneven I was. This is a Revolution palette I got from Ulta, just trying to figure out what colors. I'm going to do that on the outside and that bright pink as the semi-cut crease, because it's not really a cut crease, but whatever. I love Revolution palettes. They are so cheap, but good quality. Very good pigment. I know I could have gotten a whole lot more pigment if I really was, trying to. But affordable and beautiful palettes by Revolution. My skin did break out a little bit though. I don't know why. I don't typically break out from makeup, but maybe it was the pigment or something. I don't know. But yeah, so then I grab my concealer, and then I start to place it where I want the bright pink color to go. Instead of just placing it on my direct skin, using the concealer makes it pop a lot brighter, which you already know that if you do your makeup. If you don't do your makeup when you're watching this, that's why. And if you do your makeup and you're really good at it and you're watching this and you got tips for me, go ahead on and leave them in the comments. I don't think I'm terrible, but I saw a lot of imperfections in this when I was done. I mean, I was satisfied enough to upload it, but yeah. When is this video gonna end, child? I'm so tired of talking. Ain't got nothing to talk about. I should just stop talking and just let some music play. That's what I should do. I really should. But got to see it through, my boy. And yes, I got a little hole in my bonnet. Don't worry about that. I cut it when I was opening the envelope. I was very pissed about that, but whatever. It's still a good bonnet, and it got a drawstring on it. If you want this bonnet, you need to go find Lazy Vibes by Ashley Marie on Instagram. I use a little tiny brush to pack on the powder, the eyeshadow I mean, because using the other brush it wasn't giving me the depth that I needed, and it was a loose brush, so a lot of the eyeshadow was falling down. This brush that I'm using has short bristles and it's very firm, so I'm able to get a lot of product on the brush and pack it on there a lot easier. So for the broader areas I use the other brush, but for the smaller areas where I want to get more color, I use the small brush. So that's what I'm doing right here. You know, I'm just realizing that, you know, being alone and being by yourself, it's not the easiest thing to do. And I've been learning with me that I enjoy being single to a certain extent. You know, it's hard to trust men. It's hard to feel safe with men. Especially because most men are not trying to make you feel safe with them. They're wanting just, you know, whatever they want from you at the time. So it's hard to trust people. It's hard to make sense of your relationships when, you know, boundaries and intentions are not clear. So I've decided that whatever I'm doing going forward, you know, I have to be sure of what's happening. You know what I mean? Like when you apply for a job, you know that, hey, if I get this job, I'm going to work 5 days a week and I'm going to get a check. That's what I can get from this job. I can expect that I'm going to have health insurance. I can expect that I'm going to get paid on time every single time. Right? Like you believe in that. But in these relationships, like when it's not clear what the intentions are, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's coming your way. You don't know what the benefits are of a relationship most times, especially because people don't make those things clear. And I'm just tired of that game. And it is a game because, again, if people would just be honest about what they're looking for, life would just be so much more easier. So I'm just over the disappointments of it all. I'm over the confusion of it all. And I think that until I meet a man that says, you know, hey, I'm dating with intention, I'm looking for a wife, and not necessarily saying that he needs to tell me that I'm his wife, but the fact that he has a plan for his own life, you know, I'm looking for a wife eventually. Just like I just said, you know, if you go out putting in your resume and a bunch of applications, it's because you are looking for a job. So, you know, just because you want a job doesn't mean that this particular company is the one for you. You have to know what you're looking for. You have to know, how to give yourself, how to sell yourself. And unfortunately, these men don't come with resumes for dating. So you have to just sit and be patient and go off their actions. And honestly, going off the actions of the men I've dated as of lately, it's very unclear what their intentions were. So it's over for the games. Sometimes you just gotta say that it's hurtful, it's disheartening. It's just not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to see so many of your friends and loved ones that are going through the same things. Like, dating in this season, in this decade, whatever you want to call it, it's very difficult. It's hard. It's weird. The social media stuff is crazy. Just too much going on in the world. So, like I said, from here on out, if it's not clear, if it's not real, if I don't feel happy or comfortable in it, it's just not for me. No more backtracking. Backtracking is literally the dumbest thing. And do you want to know why? Because when you backtrack, imagine the train is on the tracks, right? And if they start reversing that train, start backtracking on the train tracks, whoever is on the train is going to see the same trees, the same roads, the same buildings, the same landmarks, right? Everything is the same. Nothing has changed. So there's literally no point in backtracking, sis. Like, there is, like, nothing has changed. So if you're thinking about backtracking in a relationship or whatever it is, a job, a situation, figure out what you're doing it for, because ain't nothing new. It's just about the way you want to deal with it now. So I've decided one word, and it hurts. It hurts real bad to make that decision and leave behind people that you like, or just people in general. Yeah, especially if you're going through a lonely season. Ooh, child, look at this wig. So this is just some mousse that I'm putting on, a synthetic wig. Child threw this wig away 2 days later after I recorded this. But I'm just doing this just for the sake of completing the look, because really it was all about the makeup. But just put a little mousse in it to give it a little bit of luster, child. Got to be glued for the little baby hairs or whatever. I'm so sleepy. I am so sleepy. I'm literally just watching the time go down for this video so I can just cut it off and go to sleep and upload this. Anyways, I hope that y'all like this look. Here are my earrings from Hoop Mob. If you ain't never shopped Hoop Mob, you missing out, sis. Go ahead get on the website, get you some earrings. But this is a completed look. After this video ended, I took everything off, washed my face, took my jewelry off, snatched that bra off, child, let them things hang, and I got right up in the bed, honey. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe.